Hello everyone, hi there. This is Talk with G in our season number 2, and today we are having episode number 4, and I'm having my friend over.
Hey guys, Malini here.
Welcome to the talk show.
Thank you so much, G.
Yeah,
My
it's
pleasure.
good to have you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah, let's get this started.
Yes.
Let's do this as quick as possible because I don't want to take much of your time.
Oh no, you aren't taking much of my time. I just have like a crackhead friends, a bunch of crackhead friends waiting there for me. Nothing much. So,
Oh,
yeah.
you have friends, a lot
Yes,
of them.
yes, I do have.
I know you're a friendly person. So, how do you maintain healthy core friendships?
Good question. Speaking of which, most of the friends I've made till date, I know this sounds strange, but actually most of the friendships the great friendships which I maintain till date,
Yeah.
it begins with hatred or hate. There are a very few friends whom I've actually started on a good note.
Yeah.
So talking about friends, friends do form a very important part of my life, and I feel that all of us require at least 2 to 3 people whom you can turn up to, because the best part of friends is they don't judge you. You could be, you could just go to them, you could just cry, you could just scream it out with them, and then it feels so good because they accept you for the way you are, right?
Yeah.
And the bunch of friends I have, you cannot learn anything from them. You can definitely know what not to learn from them.
Okay.
So those guys are the most entertaining friends I have, and yeah, so that's how.
Yeah, it's so good. If you are having friends who are not judgmental, they help you to be yourself because you don't have to fake anything. It's like you can go to them and be you and talk about anything, open up, and that's how we get support from the people we call friends.
Exactly, yeah.
So I think it's worth it. Try to make some friendships, guys. Yeah. I want to know, how do you find balance between school and your personal life?
Great question. Okay, so those are two things which I would wanna keep separate.
Yeah.
So my college timings are quite flexible here,
Yeah.
but there are times when I have meetings going on. Then when we have the event plannings going on. So I kind of find it difficult, to focus on my personal life. But one thing what I do is when I'm into my academics, I give my 100%. But then apart from my personal life or apart from my academics, when it's time for the co-curricular activities, I give my 100%. So I basically believe in not mixing the two. So whatever you do, you give in your best. Basically, don't keep your foot on both the grounds. So yeah, I kind of try balancing it that way.
Okay. So you mean in whatever you're doing, you're giving it your all. Like if it's school, 100%. If it's maybe extracurricular activities, 100%.
Yes, just not mix the two. When you basically do whatever part of you, just make sure that you give the wholeheartedly you do the work. Because once you start mixing stuff, that's when you start worrying.
Yeah.
It's because there are two different aspects. So everything has got its own way of the way things move, right? So yeah, that's what I think.
And for me, I use timetable to keep myself in check. Like I'll be like writing down everything.
Yeah, I know.
This is time I have to go to school. This is time I have to be myself. Maybe rest and.
I wish I could do that, but I'm a very bad procrastinator. So I live by intuitions. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I should do this next. Maybe I should do that. So I live by intuitions rather than the written timetable.
Yeah. Would you describe yourself as an introvert or an extrovert?
Definitely an extrovert.
Okay, so how do you maintain the extroverted lifestyle and what are the challenges?
Okay, so what I feel is once you become an extrovert, there's no going back. No. Because once you start interacting with people, communicating with them, and you really get to know that you cannot live without a person. That could actually be a disadvantage, because sometimes if I'm not surrounded by people, I feel something missing out of me. So talking about being the extrovert, the best part is you get to meet a lot of people, you have fun around with them, you make memories. You're talking about challenges, you asked me about challenges, right?
The challenges you're facing by being an extrovert.
See, there are certain people who don't want you intruding into their space, right? So I think being an extrovert, sometimes you step into other person's space, and you have to be really careful with the people that you deal in. You cannot trust everybody very easily, because at times you might overstep into their space. They might not feel good about it. So that's definitely one challenge. And then sometimes people become judgmental. You can hear people going and say, oh, look at her, she goes and talks to everybody, is that even necessary? But then But when you look at the positive side of it, the greener side of it is you get to know, like you feel happy around people when people come approach you, right? So I think the challenges are overlooked. So yeah, I'm happy being an extrovert.
Yeah. All right. So either you're an introvert or you're an extrovert like Malini, it's so crucial to make some potential friendships and give it a try. Don't be hard on yourself. There is a person I am when no one is watching, and there is a person I am when everyone is watching. So I can say there are two types of G, and I feel like everyone is having this kind of like two sides of us. Do you have that?
Oh, okay. So you want me to reveal the other side of my
Like tell us who are you or who is Malini when no one is watching?
Great question. Okay, so I think So once everyone's gone, I go into my room. I put this loud music on and I start dancing. I don't know what I can call myself uncivilized because I started making such moves. I know the whole gush of energy in. And then the other point that I do is I sometimes I get really lazy at cleaning my shoes. I wear shoes most day. So if I find my shoes dirty and I find nobody looking around, I wipe my shoes with my jeans.
Oh.
So I tend to do that. I'm like, okay, wait, let me just check if nobody's working apart. There are like a lot of stuff, but I think I don't want to expose myself. Let me keep my reputation. So yeah.
You know, for me, I kind of call them like hidden talents, you know. Sometimes I'll be in the bathroom and I'll be singing out loud, like maybe I feel like I'm some Rihanna or Adele.
Yes, all of us do
going
that.
to high pitches, like, you know. Yeah, so sometimes it's good to acknowledge and appreciate the person you are even when no one is watching, because that's the genuine side of you. So it's very important to just bring that part up and acknowledge it and cherish it, because that's also a part of you. Yeah. All right, it was so great having you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, I hope to have you once more again.
Sure, why not? Okay, wait, so now we played. It was like one way, right? Now let's have this game the other way around. So why did you start this YouTube channel? What do you feel like? Why did you want to connect to people? I'd love to ask that.
Is that a question for me?
Yes, it is. Let me play the host for like another 5 minutes.
So now I'm the guest. So Talk with G has been there from 2020 during COVID lockdown.
Oh, what?
It's like I was getting a little bit anxious, and it's like you have to stay in your room, you have to be in lockdown. So because of that, I had to find a way to be like socially connected with my friends even when we were physically isolated. I started by sending my friends some questions, and then they will answer. I'll edit it, and I was just bored. I was doing it to kill the boredom. Like I'll answer and upload on Instagram. Like all of the season 1 is on Instagram on our account Talk with G. But then with time, I started getting feedbacks. Like I was doing it for fun, but people started turning up and they're like, yeah, we are inspired, we are learning, we are motivated. I was like, okay, so let's try again.
Why not give it a try?
Yeah.
So that was your hidden talent, I think, right?
No, it's not. Okay, I never knew that I could be a host, like in front of the camera and stuff. But here we are. What to do? Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Stay put, and don't forget to keep on watching our next episodes.
Yes.
Bye bye.